Sapp, man, he's one of those guys. He's the first guy I put in my suitcase when I'm traveling. You know, that's kind of how I feel about him. I pack him first. Play with a whole lot of passion, man. You know, as a coach, if you was a coach and you played that way, I played with a lot of passion, a lot of energy. You know, wanting to get everybody involved, and then to see my players playing that way, and we kind of feed off each other. But I think his growth is learning the game. He's communicating with the young guys. You know, not just knowing what you do, knowing what's the guy on the other side is doing, what all 11 guys on the field are doing, what the opponent's trying to do to us, So taking your game to the next level is kind of the conversations I've been having with him and being a pro. Like now it's time to be a pro. Let's kind of approach everything as a pro. And he's taking it, man. He's taking it, ran with it, and I'm proud of him, and I'm expecting a lot from him. We're not done. It's spring ball. You know what I mean? We're not done. We got some work to do.
I feel good about it, but I know the job ain't finished. Like, it's obviously, I feel like it's a lot of opportunity. A lot of opportunity out there for me to make more plays, and I feel like that's what this year is, and that's what this offseason is. Just me being able to just get a little more off the bone. Yes, I got a whole lot off of it, but I feel like it's always a little bit more. And I know I can improve. I know there's things in my game that I can improve on, that I am going to improve on. Just take it day by day, improve, understand the work, and just like get after it every day with my teammates, and have my coaches take feedback from my coaches and apply it to my game. But it felt good to put that out there. But I know I got a whole lot more in the tank, and it's going to be really exciting to watch me this coming up season. Unfinished business, just like my teammates, those young guys. I couldn't look those young guys in the eyes without giving them one more time. This program, just everything that it's done for me. I wanted to pay this program my full service and just give it everything I got one last time. Just so everybody before me and after. So.
Thoughts on the edge room this year and kind of what the potential of your group?
Highly talented. That's one thing I can say. Whole lot of talent, whole lot of youth. So we can use that to our advantage. And then me being a vet, my job is just to bring those guys along, help them understand the sense of urgency that you got to have to be able to play. And obviously getting a hold of the scheme and try to make it easier for the young guys and not make it overwhelming, and try to kind of bring it down for them and help them understand this is how you do it step by step. So that's just the main thing. The future's bright, but we're just gonna keep on working.
I think you said recently on social media that there's not gonna be any #1 jerseys on the team.
Yeah.
Can you go into detail why that is a little bit more?
It's simple, like just like that. Me personally, I just feel like that one just breeds a little bit of selfishness. Like it can bring a little bit of entitlement to you, and you just want to keep that energy out by all means necessary. Like you want to almost keep everybody hungry, and the number doesn't change anything. Regardless, you got to be that guy on Saturday. That number doesn't make you make any more plays or make any less plays. So you got to understand that. As long as we understand that, we're going to go out there and be fine, whether somebody wears #1 or not. So.
Did you guys talk about that as a team? Just want to have that collective mentality that, it's not about the number, it's about us as a group?
Yeah, it's about us as a group, especially like defensive-wise. That's how we want to play unselfish defense. We got to go out there. We got to play unselfish defense. Everybody got to have each other back, and we all got to trust each other.
So you don't want no one to have?
Not even myself.
Do you think people will lobby for it in the fall in terms of wanting to have it?
Yeah, but
it's not going to happen. You're going to make sure it's not going to happen.
We're not getting the green light.
All right.
I'm sure Coach appreciate that.
Yeah, it's just about us, like just having that unselfish mentality and doing it for each other. And it's always, I just want everybody to know. The only reason I want it because I want everybody to understand it's bigger than you. Like no matter everything that we do, it's always bigger than yourself.
Are they agreeing for defense and offense, or just defense?
Offense got their own thing. Like I don't like whatever. Like I don't mind. Like you wear #1, you wear #1. It is what it is. But like as far as defense wise, like the Florida Gators defense.
Man, you can tell by those sound bites that Sapp, that's a man on a mission. He's coming back. He is a man on the mission, and he's trying to make sure everybody else is also. So much unselfishness, and Tyreak Sapp has been that way his entire career at Florida. He's had to move all over the defensive line because of depth concerns one year, injury concerns another year, or another time of year. Just depth and injury concerns along the front throughout his career, and he's been the one moved around to help make up for those issues. It came together for him last season. Led the team with 7 sacks, 13 tackles for loss while making 47 tackles and 9 starts in 13 games. His 90 PFF grade ranked 3rd among SEC edge defenders and 9th in FBS. So it was 3rd ranked, as I said. He was only behind Princey Umanmielen and Jared Ivey, both of Ole Miss. So with those guys gone, Sapp is the highest graded returning player for Florida and Florida's 2025 opponents. He played 416 snaps and graded in the top 5 among U.S. defenders in 9 games. Posted 26 quarterback pressures, 29 defensive stops. Elected to return for his senior season, redshirt senior season, of course. Not entering the 2025 NFL draft after this breakout campaign. Just on a tear, especially at the end of the season. And that defense was playing well. Tyreak Sapp ended up starting up front with a big reason why. Of course, going to resume his starting role at this F spot. Just blossomed, since switching from kind of the more, he played interior defensive line, played all along defensive line, but found a home in that F spot and just kind of blossomed as the season went along. Look, I commend Sapp for coming back. He could have left early, for sure. He could have went to the draft, but as he said, and I do believe there is another step for him. You heard him say it as well. And that's scary because he was so good last season. But I love his take and him showing that he is a true Gator by wanting to come back and lead this team, lead his teammates, lead this defense. Sapp's always been that unselfish guy. And now every time you hear him talk, he shares that emotion as well. Tyreak Sapp's a guy you want to have in that foxhole with you. And look, I'm kind of glad, with the way that those sound bites ended there. It kind of just shows the unselfishness. I've never really been a big number guy either. That whole number 1, I don't really care. It's always been way overblown to me, way too much importance put on it. I know many of you out there are, take a lot from it. I know Billy Napier doesn't take a whole lot from it as well. It just never has really mattered to me. As Sapp said, it's not going to make you play any different. So I'm glad to see a player of Sapp's stature agree. Granted, like I said, it shouldn't have an effect either way. Just go play some ball. Just go play ball. Justice Boone had the number last season. Just might be the last one for at least the season. We'll see if anything changes from between here and when the season starts. But certainly it's not a big deal to me. I don't care if anybody wears it or not. But as you heard Tyreak Sapp say, hey, look, we're just not going to have that selfishness on our team. No. Offense, hey, they can do what they want to do. He says it is different. It is. And we all know. It is maybe they're not. Maybe this is not the right word for it. But when you go look at offense, you kind of think of, the diva side of things. Okay, whatever. For Tyreak Sapp, he don't care. He goes, my side of the ball, no. I'm a team leader. This is how I want to do it. This is what we're going to do.